Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. They're never going to get it. I don't think reality is going to settle in anytime soon, at least for the woke crowd. You know, regular people and some of the people that are, let's say, enabling some of this woke crap, I think at some point they're going to get it, and we're going to see a total 180 in terms of leadership culture. That's probably how the woke is going to lose, but the actual wokesters themselves, they're never going to get it. They've bought into this ideology. It's 100% in, both feet are in, and the idea is simply just run with it. Just run with it. Eventually it's going to catch on. Listen, wokesters, I love the idea. I love that you believe in yourself. But I'm here to tell you it's never going to happen. I think it's time for a reality check. People are not interested in the woke nonsense. I don't think they ever will be. And so maybe it's time to take a step back, take the humiliating L and move on. I don't know how much more humiliation the woke left is willing to endure, but here we go again. Exactly that, more humiliation, as the woke NFL decides that they're sticking by this whole Black National Anthem thing, and guess what? To absolutely no one's shock or no one's surprise, it isn't exactly going so well for this new woke endeavor. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. Let's talk about wokeism in general in the entertainment industry. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so you guys remember I made a video on this not too long ago. This little interesting event.
And sing by the Kansas City Boys Choir and the Kansas City Girls Choir.
With every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. We have less than half an hour on the clock as we get set for week 1. The reigning Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes.
People have been booing this anthem, or just simply refusing to clap, pretty much since it's been implemented as an NFL pregame tradition. And of course at the Super Bowl, nothing changed. Just take a look. Let's call it a lukewarm reception to be as nice as humanly possible. No one is interested in a black national anthem. I can't believe I have to say this every single time, just repeat the talking point. But there's no such thing as a black national anthem or a white national anthem. There's only the national anthem. And look, that's not a racist stance. Ooh, how horrible it is that I said that. No, even black people feel the same way. At least some.
In a country where we try to stop racism, instead we choose to have two national anthems, one for black people and one for all the other Americans.
America has another unifier. It's national anthem. It's one song that every American knows and can sing under one flag. The U.S. national anthem is not a white national anthem. It's not a black national anthem. It's not a national anthem for any race. It is a national anthem for everyone, regardless of race.
And of course, if we look at the polling data, it backs up the claim. Huge backlash against woke NFL, including a black national anthem at the Super Bowl. According to an exclusive Democracy Institute poll of 1,500 likely voters for the Daily Express US, 61% do not support the black national anthem being sung this Sunday, while only 32%, mostly hardcore Democrats, support the move. The same poll showed that 53% now think the NFL is too woke, with 38% disagreeing. People view it as woke. And what does woke mean in this context? It means insincere, contrived. Basically, people view it as a non-genuine, pathetic, divisive virtue signal, rather than an actual force for change and good. And of course, they're right, because it's incredibly divisive. Why make a racially exclusive national anthem? A little counterintuitive, they call it the Black National Anthem. But of course, you don't live in a black nation now, do you? You don't live live in a white nation, everybody bleeds red and lives under that three-color banner: red, white, and blue. I can't think of anything more backwards. They call themselves progressive, but really, let's call it regressive. I can't think of anything more regressive than segregating national anthems. If we're talking about keeping a country together, you need national unity. And that's probably the biggest issue in America right now. Obviously, America's adversaries know and understand this, and they attempt to exploit this. Well, knowing that that's an issue, why divide people based on race? Why make different anthems for different groups of people? It makes absolutely no sense. It's completely counterintuitive, it's regressive, but most importantly, it's racist. The implication is that the national anthem itself is a white national anthem, and therefore, other groups of people need their own. But the American national anthem is for all Americans, all colors, all classes. Maybe the country's roots in the national anthem itself haven't always lived up to that standard, but that is the modern American standard, and that's what the national anthem stands for. Any attempt to ditch the national anthem or to add new ones for other groups of people essentially craps on that vision. It craps on Martin Luther King's vision. The people don't want it, the people don't like it, it's viewed as divisive, it's viewed as non-genuine and woke, and maybe, just maybe, the NFL ought to take a hint here and stop with this constant embarrassing display. And when I say embarrassing display, I don't only mean for the country, I mean for pretty much everyone, including black people. It's an embarrassing, divisive display. I mean, what's the implication? That black Americans aren't American? That they're a separate group of people in the nation? A purposely exclusive group? That is literally the opposite of inclusion. You know, the idea is that you're being inclusive by bringing in different groups and honoring them in different ways. You know, in certain ways, sure. But when you do stuff like this, you exclude. You say this is for one group and one group alone, a different group that's not part of you, this is for them and you're not invited. And the actual national anthem, well, that doesn't represent black Americans. They don't want any part of it. First of all, I don't think that's true, but secondly, I don't think that that's very helpful. And I certainly don't think it's crazy to say that. The wokeness has to stop. And of course, we should never expect the actual wokesters themselves to ever stop. Trust me when I tell you, they will never. And the ideas will get further divisive and more crazy as we move along in this woke escapade. But here's the thing, especially since 2019, corporations have been at the behest of the woke mob. Well, that was before Joe Biden's little financial crisis, of course, and of course before the whole Bud Light Backlash fiasco. Well, moving forward, as the reception is clear, it's not just the black national anthem, it's just wokeism as a whole. It seems as though the powers that be, those running all of these major influential corporations, have decided at this point that enough is enough. This is a report from the Wall Street Journal ahead of the Super Bowl that says the goal for Super Bowl ads this year: don't offend anyone. Risk-free humor is the name of the game as marketers strive to avoid becoming the next Bud Light. Now, it's not perfect, of course. Risk-free humor is not humor at all, but it's better than wokeism being shoved down our throats. Of course, there was that woke Christian ad that everyone's talking about. But honestly, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. I get the message that they were attempting to push, but overall, it seems like wokeness is out the door. After the Bud Light situation, those in power are getting the memo. And so I guess in conclusion, wokeness is divisive, it's cringe, it's toxic, people don't want anything to do with it, and slowly but surely, the sort of natural cultural filter system, well, it's doing what was desperately needed. Anyways, that's pretty much the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.